right, it is time for us to talk about something quite interesting. Now, for those of you interested in real estate, you're interested in owning properties, this is going to be a great conversation. Now, we have Adebayo Paul Timilehin. Now, he is the visionary CEO of Luxidena Real Estate. Now, driving top residential and commercial projects across Nigeria with a strong background in sales and management. He's also built a billion-naira tech gadget company and champions sustainable growth. We're happy to have you in the studio. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you.
When I say how you doing, I don't like people saying they're fine. I can see that you're fine already. You look like a great young gentleman.
Thank you very much.
Now, I am interested. When I was reading the profile and I saw billion, I said, I would like to know about this one. Now, you've built a billion solution project. Tell me about that.
Billion solution is in the tech world or the real estate. Which one?
You see, when you have money, when you have tech, or let's start with tech. Let's start with tech.
Okay, so basically I started my gadget company in 2019, 2020 per se, while I was still in year 1 days in school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was able to grow it and expand it.
What did you study while you were doing that?
Estate management.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do real estate.
This is a clear example of someone who studied what they really wanted to do and is using it. Now, go ahead.
Yeah, so I started growing it from there, then to understanding the market after a few years, and then having my own gadget store. I mean, a very big gadget store in Computer Village in Ikeja, right?
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
So just so we are clear, what are the products that you sell, or what are the kind of gadgets that you sell in the store?
Okay, so we offer all various type of gadgets, Samsung, Apple products most especially. Okay. So we offer used and brand new type of product.
All right.
So it's a walk-in store, you can just get and get it.
Oh, lovely. Do you also sell console games and all the rest?
Yeah, all those things. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. And how's that been? How's it been for you since you started? Because I know that if you are in Ikeja, Computer Village, and which is known as the center of technology in in Lagos, it's quite challenging. There are so many other people who are also selling there as well.
So
what makes yours really stand out?
So what we did was that we tried to put our customers first, right? Okay. Even in terms of our office positioning, we segregated ourselves from the crowded market where you get to go in and get harassed. So we went to a different part of that Symbiote Road. That's where we have our office space. Then we did the office in the kind of way that suits the comfort of the customers, right? So you don't get to be harassed when you're coming to our office, and you also get that comfort
that is there.
Yeah, you get that as well. Yeah.
And what about pricing?
Pricing is very, very okay. And one thing about products is that you don't get to return them. They're 100% fully quality assurance tested.
Oh, wow. Is that when you say that, are you trying to use some adjectives, or is that actually a guarantee?
Yeah, yes, there's a guarantee.
That
for
guarantee
new,
says, if there's anything wrong with
for used, we do up to 2 weeks for a client, and for
lovely.
new, it goes up to 6 months, 1 year.
That's interesting. That's interesting. All right, let's move to the other side now. It's I don't know how to explain this. You're a king in the gadget world, and you're also another in the real estate world. How do you combine both? Okay,
so basically, I've always wanted to do real estate, but I know I couldn't just start. So one thing I made sure I did was to fully automate my gadgets business. I mean, this is my 6th year running the gadgets business. Okay. So one thing I did was to fully automate it. I mean, every day we are in and out, we're selling, we're doing numbers in our office. So that was when I started pursuing my real estate career.
All right, so sorry, the funds you got from your gadget store, you moved that into real estate, or how did you get funds from real estate?
Yeah, I think that is right. So the funds I got from
that's not right. That's not right. You're trying to hold back the story. Don't hold back that story. Tell us.
Yeah, the funds I got from my gadget store, I started using it to chase my real estate.
Not exactly. But I'm sure you also got funds from sources and other funds.
I've not started raising funds. Just personal funds from my real estate projects.
But how's it been? What are the challenges that you faced so far with this one?
Challenges with real estate, I mean, is a whole lot. I mean, government policies, what you come across online, different stories, different people pushing people to do this, saying people to do this. But then there's a lot of noise basically in the real estate space, especially online. So you need to seek knowledge, you need to follow experts. So you need to know what you're doing so you don't make mistakes. So it's very essential.
If there is one, when you say seek knowledge, I am sure that you have a wealth of knowledge there. But I'm just saying, if there is one thing you feel that people should learn when it comes to real estate that most people do not know, especially those who are seeking to own a property or two, what is that one thing you would advise them to always do?
Okay, so one thing I always advise them to do is that, I mean, you need to understand why you're buying the property. Some people buy for capital appreciation. They just want their money to be increasing in value. Some people also want cash flow. And some people just want to just invest their money somewhere, maybe in a company. So you need to understand what you really want in real estate. For most of us, like me, I don't want to have to like work from like 40 years. So I'm trying to like do real estate, gather enough real estate, so I don't have to work. So I'm looking for long-time capital appreciation, long-term net worth. So you need to understand what you want to do before you go into it. And you need to also understand that real estate doesn't work in all locations. You can't just, you need to be strategic about it. Location is very essential in real estate. So you need to be strategic about where you are buying properties. That is if you are looking for that acquisition or cash flow. If you are just looking to invest blindly, can buy anywhere. But if you are looking to, double your money and all that, you need to be very strategic about it. And that's where experts like us come in.
Now, speaking of strategy, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was trying to explain to me that before you get a property, there are certain documents you need to own before you are not going to get scammed or you're entering trouble. Now that I'm speaking to someone who is more experienced here, I want to know, are there certain documents that if I get, I can relax and have this peace of mind that, okay, these documents are enough to say that I own that property?
Okay, so in real estate, in property, there are different type of documents you can own. There are different type of title. We have the C of O, who is the highest. You have the deed of assignment. So in real estate transaction, you might not get to like own all those documents, but there are some very essential ones. When you buy a property, you should definitely get a deed of assignment. If you probably maybe paid in installments, you should get a contract of sale. So there are some levels of documents you should at least have in real estate transaction. Then the other ones, you can process them along the line. You can process those ones along the line, but there's some type of document that you need to have in buying, that you need to see, and you need to be confirmed with the help of a property lawyer or a normal lawyer before you carry out that real estate transaction.
All right, now speaking of savings and investment, there are so many other people on social media who believe that when it comes to investment, real estate is the way to go. I have a couple of friends that once you just mention investment, the first thing they're talking about is real estate. Now, you're experienced in this field. How easy is it to invest in real estate? And is this even the best route for people who want to start investing their money? Okay,
so firstly, I'm going to introduce one of our products we have based on that time. So we've noticed that, young people right now, like youths, there's been like a mix-up. Like I mentioned, so much noise. Some people are they're pushing the narrative. You need to enjoy now. There's no more time. Like people die. So a player died. Last week. So some people have that kind of narrative that are more like, let me just spend
my
money.
Happen to you at any time.
So on the other hand, you have people saying invest. So some people are in that mix. And honestly, one way or the other, you also need to balance it, right? So we created a product for our clients because we have some series of properties in Ibadan, right? We have an estate there, over 50 acres of land there. So we created a product for them where you can get to invest. You get in real estate, buy that property that will grow with you over the years, and also get to enjoy. So we are giving them an opportunity to tour Ibadan, be in a resort, have that vacation finish for 3 days, and they still get to be allocated their property during the same period. We are trying to solve, we are giving them a win-win situation where we solve that problem for them, whereby because you want to buy real estate doesn't mean that you don't get to enjoy it this year. We are going to give you that 2-in-1.
That's nice.
So, but I believe for every young person, one thing you need to be chasing so much is investing in real estate. Investing in real estate. I feel like the faster you can start to do that, the more comfortable. I was chatting with someone, an older person. So he was asking me a question. He asked me that, when last did I send my parents 1 million? So,
you see your kind of friends? You see your kind of friends? These are the kind of friends I want to be having around. When last did you see your parents?
I sat down, I was like, nah, it's been long. I was like, I think 500 is the max. So it's like, you see, it's getting harder. It's getting harder for young people to make money.
Even billionaires.
Even
billionaires like yourself.
It was so you as a person, you want to have enough properties that you can fall back on to where you're older. You don't want to be stressing your kids to take care of you because it's harder. So they want to also be fending for themselves for that period. So anything you're doing now, you're doing for your kids, you're doing for yourself. You want to make sure you are stacking up. You have enough investment that you can lay back off. Even if nobody is there to take care of you, you can take care of yourself.
I have another question here. Why is it that houses in Lagos are so expensive? Now, the reason why I'm asking this is while you were telling the story, I remember the story with a friend of mine who said, that she would rather live her life in Ibadan or in Oyo State or Ondo State and work in Lagos, that she doesn't mind coming all the way from Ibadan to Lagos every day than actually getting a house in Lagos State because of how expensive Lagos is. So why is Lagos really expensive? Why? Why the price is so high?
Okay, apart from demand, you get like there's a data that shows the number of people that
because
come into
sometimes you
Lagos
see
every
pictures
day.
of where, I think we were talking about this on the show some time ago,
Okay.
where you see pictures of houses in Lekki, small, just very small room, a small cubicle, and then you're hearing millions of naira. Why
So
is
basically, firstly, demand and supply dynamics is very essential. Unlike every other state in Nigeria, people want to stay in Lagos. People believe that there's so much opportunity for them in Lagos. So people want to come to Lagos, and places like Island, Yaba, some specific places, there's an influx of population in that spot.
But don't you think the government should regulate this to make sure that at least it is affordable for people to live in?
What I think the government can do, like they've started doing, is building affordable houses, building more houses, because they can't really regulate demand and supply. You can't regulate. The only thing you can do is provide more supply, provide more housing units. You can't regulate the demand. The demand is there of properties, and that is also one of the products we are trying to sell right now. We have a building project that we are trying to sell in Yaba, that we're working on in Yaba. So the idea of the product is an apartment, right? We are trying to build about 26 units of apartments. At least that will solve problem of housing, because there's an influx of students, business owners in that location, right? Though this project is a shortlet tag project, so we also notice that there are people that come in for short time, just want to like stay 2-3 days, DLI student, part-time student that come to that location. So they can use this apartment and stay there for a specific period of time. And also in that place, the quality of houses they are building there is very bad. Like you mentioned, small apartments. Like, they are not giving people that comfort for their money. So that we are trying to solve that problem, starting with that project, Belmont Residence in Yaba.
Awesome. That is really incredible. You talked about 2 of your products, one for the youth and then one for students as well, which is brilliant. I see that you are also targeting that area specifically, which is awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your insights and knowledge. I am sure that I will get your number so that me and you can always, if I need to run one short later or the other, I can just call you.
No problem, no problem.
Don't mind me. But thank you so much for being on the show. I am so grateful. Wow. It is really insightful to hear things like this and to really just grow when it comes to real estate and learn from people who have done it over the years. And to speak with a billionaire is not that easy. You don't get it on a general day. All right, now for our first musical performance, we have a young guy over there, Chris Bright. I'm sure he's bright with ideas, he's bright with his style, he's bright with his music. I have Mike with him as well. What's happening over there, guys?